Hello everyone, and welcome to part 2 of me building these Newcrest Apartments for my Wistmoor Hill save file, which, if you're new to this series, I am building up Newcrest in a 2000s drama series inspired aesthetic. And today we're going to be furnishing the interior of the exterior that I made in the last video. Could that have been more confusing? I don't know. But either way, it's a long video, so get yourself a drink, a snack, a blanket, get comfy, and let's get into it. We're going to start on the topmost apartment here, which I'm thinking is going to be for a set of 2 girl roommates, and I feel like this should go without saying, but of course you can change anything about these Sims at all. Does not matter. But in my head, I'm picturing like 2 girl Sims living here. So we're going to have an entranceway, bathroom, kitchen, dining, and living, and then we'll have bedroom 1 and bedroom 2. And so I want to start, honestly, where do I want to start? I feel like I want to start in the kitchen. I feel like I always work from like the hallway and then work my way through, but the kitchen is speaking to me right now. So we're going to go with that instead. And I think that's a good way to kind of set the tone and aesthetic for the rest of this apartment. I really want it to be fun and colorful and like women living in their like late 20s, middle 20s, late 20s. Again, I'm thinking very Friends here. So a little bit later in the 20s, I guess, and like big group of friends, drama, all of that. So that's the plan here. And I want a kitchen that reflects that. Cottage living has some really good colored options, so I could check those out. The yellow would actually be really cute. Also, the flooring is Eco Lifestyle and the wallpaper is Basement Treasures. I feel like this is a combo I use maybe a bit too often, but when it's so good, one must use it. This could also be a counter option, but I feel like maybe that'd be better suited for the floor below. So I'm kind of torn between these two right now. We have a green or a yellow. Let's go with the yellow. I think that is the best. So I'm gonna have the kitchen like this, and then I want to have an island off of here. At least I thought. Maybe I don't love it with it cutting off the window there. My other option is I could just rotate counters like this. Maybe tuck them in a bit closer. It's definitely a bit narrow, but honestly that could be fine because I plan on putting a dining table here anyways. And then we can put the fridge there, stove there, sink in the middle. There is a matching sink with this. I don't know if it's one I want to use. Actually, it looks pretty cute. We'll go with it. And then for stoves, oh, it could be cute if we went with the more retro aesthetic for this, like the appliances, I guess. Oh, but this fridge is too good. I'm gonna do this one here, and then we'll find a different stove. Honestly, something just a bit more plain and realistic. I could even alternate it so it's like this. That may be a bit more functional. Wait, what if I gave them a mint stove? Because I feel like I need to pair in a lot more colors already. I don't want this place to feel super matchy-matchy, but somehow it still all works together. I'll give them this one with the dishes and the blue mat, and then sort of tied in that way. And then just while I'm trying to figure out spacing here, you can pull out a dining table. think I could probably squeeze in a 4-seater. This is just placeholder. Yeah, that would fit though, and it would be functional. I can imagine that I'm hosting a lot, so a big table I think would be best for them. But let's find a table that is gonna work. Because the other option is I was gonna do a single one like this. Which honestly, it might look cuter in the space, but I feel like a bigger table is needed. I do really like this one from For Rent though. I'd imagine we could use it somewhere in the living room. Could also give them a circle table, which is pretty cute. I don't want it to feel too like country kitchen aesthetic, I guess. Like I want everything to feel thrifted and kind of cool and funky. I don't mind the red wood for in here. It adds a nice bit of contrast, but none of these tables are really giving me the pizzazz that I'm looking for right now. This one has a fun shape at least. All right, let's go with this cats and dogs one. And then maybe we can spice it up with the chairs. I'm not sure what type of chair they would use. Like, I don't know if they would have something squishy like this or maybe something more with seats. But again, already this feels like I'm running into that kind of cottage core aesthetic, I guess, which isn't my goal for this. I want it to be like cool girls, sort of. Like these chairs could be better. Just in a different color. Ooh, if I feel like they would mix and match their chairs. If I could have the same wood color with different seating colors, that would be ideal, but I don't think I can. There is this chair here from Growing Together, which does have some different color options with the same frame. Like I really like this collection, but this wood is not the same color, so could be something like that. Oopsies. Like, how do I feel about that? I think I kind of like it. I think. Heavy on the think. Oh, the other option, we could just use these wooden ones because there's lots of good colors for this, but same sort of thing. I don't know why everything's looking very country to me. Well, I am using like cottage living and horse ranch right now, so I guess it checks out actually. But I like the mix of colors on this chair. Like that looks really cute to me. I want as much color in here as possible and as many mismatched items as we can get, with the objective of making it all feel cohesive somehow. Now for the living room, also I realize I'm going like kind of sparse, but since this is all open concept, I want to get the foundational pieces in before I start adding in all the cute little details. So for the living room here. I'm not sure what to do in terms of colors or like shape of seats, I guess, because I could give them a giant L seat, which is cute, but it's not giving the everything's thrifted Facebook Marketplace, like whatever you could find because you don't have much money at this point in your life. So that's the overall overarching aesthetic for this, and I don't think a giant L-shaped sofa is giving that. This one, on the other hand, this feels perfect. And I like the patterns that it has. I don't necessarily want the blue. I do quite like this purple one. Either the light blue one, because I feel like that ties in, or the purple one. I don't have much of this color right now, but I really like it, so we're gonna go with it. This feels very much the aesthetic that I'm going for. So I think we're getting somewhere. And then I do want to make sure a part of this window is still functional, so we'll see how that plays out. But I would like to squeeze in either like another sofa. They seem like the type to have like the the lip sofa. And the mint color is kind of fun. Yeah, I just need some space so that your Sims can walk through. I want to have a TV. I want to have this be functional, so we're trying to find a middle ground here. It could be like this, and then we have a console table here, but probably makes more sense for the TV to go there. I could tuck this in against the wall if I really needed more space, or have it like this. That's kind of cute. This section should be walkable, so as long as I don't put anything in these 3 tiles, I think we'd be okay. Okay, this was meant to just be like a placeholder thing. I'm not actually going to use that. That's kind of cute. It's very pastel over here, so I might end up switching something over there because I kind of want more jewel tones. This yellow sofa is really nice. The yellow and purple is really speaking to me for this apartment. Is there, by any chance, a purple stove? The likelihood is slim. Okay, we have this one, which you can barely see that, honestly. Or we have this one. Oh, definitely not using that. Or there's the cottage living one, which just looks kind of gray to me. And I don't really have any purple chairs. I think purple is a very lacking color in this game. There is very few cute purple objects. Oh my gosh, this tiger chair, it's so over the top, but I actually love it. Oh, I could use it at the dining table. Wait. Would they have a bunch of like fuzzy dining table chairs? I'm kind of thinking yes, to be honest. Okay, how weird does it look with like the random purple tiger chair? Maybe that should be something else. Okay, I don't know if I like this or what I had better. It's like the same sort of color scheme, but different execution a little bit. I will think on it, but this chair is really funny. I don't know, I kind of want to use it somewhere. Okay, let's take off this purple filter and get back to it. I'll just leave that chair there for now while I think about it, because This might be one of those things where I like it in the moment and then I'll watch this back and I'll be like, what was I thinking? The rug from Seasons here, the avocado rug, so to speak, it has this swatch, which I think ties in the space perfectly, actually. And I want as many patterns and colors in here as I can get, as I said, because I really want to go sort of eclectic. Alternatively, I do like the zebra print. Okay, we are going to go with the zebra print rug here because I think it's a nice balance between having all of these colors to just having like another piece of visual interest. And then I also switched this tile over here to this base game one. It's a bit more on the red side than the purple side, but at least gives us the same sort of contrast here. And then I also switched out the stove. But that's all I've done. That took like 5 seconds, but I just had to pause and get my thoughts in order. Now, for the rest of this living room, we definitely need a coffee table. We could do something really big like this one. Again, picturing friends, and I feel like they hang around in Monica's apartment quite a lot. And there is a coffee table there. I was kind of picturing it as a bigger one, but that might not actually be the case. So it does fit a little bit, but it might be too rustic or something. Ooh, there is this one from Growing Together, which could actually help us tie in that teal more, which originally I think I was going to cut out, but maybe it looks better with that mixed in. What about no coffee table and just a console table? My only issue with this coffee table, like I really enjoy it, but I never know what side the drawers should be on. Like, should it be facing the couch, facing away from the couch? I guess we could do away from the couch just so you can see it better, and then you have better access to. Like, maybe they could store a bunch of board games in there, and I guess, whoa, my apologies. And I guess if you're on the other side of the sofa, you don't want to be pulling drawers there, so I guess we'll use that logic. I also wanted to see if I could squeeze in a little fireplace over here, like one of these wood oven ones. Maybe even this one without the little chimney from Adventure Awaits. Because then we could put some pictures above it. I want to make sure the rug is not clipping with the fireplace, but still is filling up the area. So I guess we can do that, though it is a little close there. Oh, radiators would also be perfect in here. I'm very much picturing that because I do think it's like a bit of an older apartment. So having some radiators would be really cute. Also, ignore this wallpaper for right now. I have a vision for that room. And so I'm just keeping that there as a reminder. Do I like the look of this one? Also, okay, this purple chair has to go. I can't keep that. I do quite like the red fireplace. I'm liking this color scheme so far. I think it feels very cool, girl. If I had the decor to the max kit, I would love to use that lamp that's like extremely overarching, I guess. I don't know the name for those kinds of lamps, but it's essentially, where's the, like this one? But if you were to extend the rod here like by tenfold or something, though this one would actually be quite cute in here. And it comes in like the maroon color swatch that we've been using. So I might throw that over in the corner there, unless there's something better. Ooh, I do like the patterns on the businesses and hobbies one. I wish they had this, but with the green or the purple. I think that'd be perfect. Why don't I try that instead of the vampires one, just for a bit of a mix. I could even put this over by the dining room. I'm actually getting really excited to keep doing the rest of the decorating for this. This is starting to match my vision very well. And it's also making me a little bit jealous that this isn't my apartment. But one day. Okay, what am I doing? I just completely lost my focus here. Let's get an end table for this corner. This does come in the perfect maroon swatch, but I feel like we should space out where the maroon, magenta, raspberry sort of color is going. I could definitely see them having this stool from the Modern Retreat Kit, maybe that's what it's called. It's so funny, but I can definitely picture them having it. Maybe that's the end table for over here. Is it a bit much with the zebra print rug though? Oh, you know what? It definitely belongs in this room. Oh, there's also a little heart table. That's pretty cute. Though not the most fitting for in here, I don't think. I'm also really excited to do the apartment below because I think we can go for a bit more of a quote-unquote masculine aesthetic down there. I think that's going to be really fun to decorate because I did once do like a boys' college dorm apartment way back when. And I really liked how that came out. It was fun to play around with like different color combos and really make it kind of messy. I had a lot of fun with that. I also think this hutch looks quite splendid underneath the TV here, which I'm just remembering. That flat screen is too much because I am going for a 2000s aesthetic. So having this, I don't know. I mean, it definitely looks a bit more dated, but is it too much? Like maybe it'd be cuter to just have a big box TV, but I did really like how it filled up the wall. I suppose I could do that with like any sort of art piece or something. Maybe I'll scale this one up by just a bit and that can be our TV. And I want some sort of painting over here. Ooh, the gallery wall from Paranormal. I think that's super cute. Also, I'm not necessarily going for like 2000s interior decorating styles. I'm decorating how I want to decorate, but when it comes to maybe more of the technology pieces and things like that, I am trying to keep it a little bit more dated. Even though it literally doesn't matter because your Sims use smartphones. But just for visual storytelling within the environment, I'm trying to be mindful of that. I also love this gallery wall from Growing Together, or this one from Love Struck, but I use those all the time. This one would be cute in their kitchen. Would they have jazz cats? It's so like weird, but I feel like in the most perfect way. Like I could imagine them going out shopping, like thrifting and stuff, and they stumble across this painting and they find it hideous, but they also love it at the same time. And then that just becomes their like classic thing. It's just, I'm not sure about the colors, but the lore is definitely there. If it was more of a purple instead of a blue, it's just so funny. It's kind of giving Smelly Cat, which again, from Friends. It's either that or we use this little gallery wall, which probably fits a lot better. What if I put I'll put the jazz cats within it, because I don't know, that's a really cute idea to me now. I do think half the reason it would be so iconic though is because of the size. Okay, what if I put it over in the dining room? Maybe it doesn't need to be like mantle worthy, but it could go over there. It's kind of cute. And then over here, I just need a couple of other pictures. Yeah, put in this map here, and then I need something horizontal. We'll do the canyon one instead. It's a bit of a snug fit. Does fit nonetheless though. Oopsies. Okay, I quite like that. Whoa. And I think that looks really cute. Also, I am working with medium wall height here, just on this top floor, so if things look a little out of scale compared to how I usually build, that would be why. Oh, For Rent is gonna have the most perfect curtains, but I feel like this yellow swatch, I use it too much. But I can't help it. It just instantly, like the pattern of it, the colors, it makes any room look better and instantly cooler, if you ask me. And it does come in a tall wall height. Shoot. Or even the brick red orange, but I gotta keep it more the purple tone because I feel like I'm kind of straying from that. Oh, the beaded curtains as well. My sort of vision for the two people living here, I'm kind of thinking a like Brooke from One Tree sort of character, and then the other one, maybe a little bit of Peyton from One Tree, but one, less annoying, and B, maybe a little less edgy in terms of like style. But I'm not sure. That one's a little less fleshed out for me, but I know that I do want to have the like Brooke character from One Tree. That sort of archetype, I guess. It's not gonna be a replica of Brooke, as I think I've mentioned many a times. This is not like a replica save file. It's a general vibe that I'm going for. I was thinking a little bit more of maybe just like a chill kind of keeps to herself girl, or like a Haley James kind of thing, but then I realized that I've already kind of used the Haley James archetype from One Tree over in the first house I did for this save file, so I'm not too sold on that. Also, I can't seem to find the curtains of my dreams currently, so I may very well have to come back. I want to use these ones, but I don't want the curtains to be so close together because it's not working with the placement here. Oh, or like this? That would be so perfect, but I can't use it here. I need a single tile version. I will put it in another room though, because I think that could work really well. Ooh, Businesses and Hobbies has the perfect drape color. If I was going for that maroon, magenta, whatever color you want to call it. I don't know if it's a bit heavy for the space though. Okay, how about we park the curtains, because I could probably be here for hours trying to resolve that. And instead, let's go back to my main objective, which I'm pretty sure was the side table. I don't know how we got to where we were, but that is the way of building sometimes. Maybe we should do a little throwback to one of my favorite side tables to use when I got City Living. City Living will always have such a special place in my heart because I think it's, honestly, it might be the very first pack I ever got, and I had so much fun with it when I first got it. I still think it's one of my favorites just for the fact that you can have apartments and the world's fun, and all of the build objects I actually really loved to use when I first got it. Not all of them work with my current build style, I'd say, so I don't use them as often. But every now and again, I come back to my beloved piece. Like, this side table was my end-all be-all when I first started doing, like, building in the game. And so it could be fun to use it out here. I'm torn on the color, as you can see. Maybe I'll keep it neutral with this white, because there is already a pattern and there's a lot happening already. And I also want a plant for over here. Ooh, a hanging plant somewhere would really be cute. Maybe I can put that in this corner since I'm not going to be able to have anything there. Unless it looks a little strange. I can't tell. If I had the Blooming Rooms kit, I think that one would be even better because it's even longer. But I do not. I'm gonna go with the cottage living plant over there. Okay, already I think it looks so cute. I'm really happy with this. I also found this wallpaper from Paranormal that I think would look really pretty. Wait, should I use it in the living room? It's kind of a color drench moment. It's actually really pretty like that. Okay, maybe I will. The couch doesn't stand out as much, but I think that's kind of part of the look, if you ask me. Oh, I definitely want a chalkboard or a corkboard or something where they do their, I don't know, like plan things out. Why not put it off in the corner here? Or I'm not sure where I'm going to want the door is the issue, but I can always rotate it. This one from Discover University is definitely what I was picturing though. Adorable. Honestly, if we go with this wallpaper, we probably don't need anything on the walls because I imagine it might get too busy, sort of. I guess I should also think about like hobbies or occupations, or if I make them young adults, maybe they could be in university. Though I'm kind of picturing them not being in university. Like, I'm imagining this crowd is graduated either recently or a few years ago. So I guess I should come up with job options for them. Okay, I will leave this little spot here empty so your Sims can actually come and go through there, and then something can go in this corner. I could put another plant or a chair. Would they have an animal? Perhaps a dog or a cat? I kind of like just the plant. What about the for rent one though? It might be far too big. It really is pretty though. I will size it down and then it's a bit more usable, and we'll just have to ignore the shadow placement. Yeah, that's super cute. Next for this spot, why don't we put in our beloved fairy lights, string lights, Christmas lights, whatever you want to call them. The flip-flop ones are funny. I actually feel like they would have those somewhere. Maybe those ones could go above the corkboard. We can see, we can see. I will put the standard ones over here though. And on this corner as well. I'm gonna wrap them all the way around the brick part of this. Adorable. You can't tell me this is in the cutest apartment you've ever seen. Well, I guess you could, but I prefer if you didn't, because I feel really happy with this. Let me put in some sort of light. Maybe candles, but I am picturing a lamp. I just don't know which lamp. Lava lamp? I can definitely see the downstairs unit having a lava lamp, so I'm gonna put that down there. Cheetah Brent lamp, that should go in there. This one does have a purple swatch, so I could go with that, or maybe the mint to kind of tie it in, and then we can add a bunch of little decorations. We've also completely pivoted from starting with the kitchen, and now I'm just going to fully finish the living room because I think that'd be super cute. We have little boots in the front hall. Ooh, I like the look of this telephone here, the corded one. More 90s than 2000s, I would think, but very cute nonetheless. This pile of board games definitely needs to go somewhere. I guess the coffee table is a pretty good place for it. I can throw in a yoga mat for them as well. I do want this to be a very cluttered apartment. One of them could be a freelance artist. That is an option. And then in which case this sketch pad would look really cute. This is what I'm going to go for with the little end table here. I think it's pretty cute. We do need to finish decorating the coffee table, which I noticed has no actual coffee yet. Oh, this is the other phone we could use if we didn't want to put it on the lunchbox. But I kind of like the lunchbox maybe. I'm just kind of pulling out any object I think that will be cute, and then we could narrow it down after the fact. Ooh, I'd like a bag kind of thrown here. I need the coffee mugs. Okay, we have 3 here. I might want to go for more of 2 individual ones. This might be better suited in the entranceway. And I'm thinking another plant and another candle. Perhaps the candlesticks. We'll put maybe the plant in the middle there. Then we could have the board games. I like the idea of the nail polish. the nail polish with the mug beside it. And we're going to make it a used mug, like they've been drinking tea and watching shows while they paint their nails. Sounds ideal to me. Okay, honestly, the candlesticks might be a bit tall for this portion here. I'm envisioning something slightly smaller, like the backyard stuff candle. I feel like this is such a hidden gem item. Like, I got this pack for free a few years ago now, because there was a point in time where they made it free, just like Jungle Adventure, because sometimes they randomly do that. And I have used this candle a lot. I actually feel like I use that pack quite a lot for being old and kind of a random one, I guess. But I don't know, there's a couple of like hidden gems in there. Case in point. Okay, we have so many plants in here, but I think that's just a requirement, honestly. I'll put the hanging plant on the other side actually, because I don't want to block the books. And we'll keep the CD stack. And for a bit of extra realism, let's go into debug and put the TV remote. Adorable. And they definitely need a speaker system. It's very interesting that this doesn't snap to a console table for some reason. Oh, why am I blanking on the name? The record player from Get Famous would be super pretty in here. I'd imagine this to be a pretty expensive item, but it looks so cool and so pretty and suits this apartment really well in terms of personality, looks, all of that. So I'm gonna keep it. Okay, this is just so cute. I love it. I would picture this to be more of like a CD sort of era, because I did say 2000s. But this just fills up the space really nicely. Unless I do put in like a boombox sort of thing. Maybe there's some sort of hallway table that it could snap to, though I'm not too confident about that. Would it snap to this end table? Oh, it would. Because I could use it in the magenta. But it slightly hangs over the edge, and that does bug me just a little bit. Oh, I fear it might be the case for all of these. Oh, not this one. I'm torn. Oh, wait a minute. If I don't use this stool in the other room, I could use it out here as their CD player stand. It's kind of good. Okay, I will go with that then. This isn't an actual functional object, this corkboard, whiteboard situation, so we can put a plant here to cover that. A plant, or I might use something else, we'll see. But for now we can go with that. And maybe a little rug. I kind of like this fuzzy rug, though that seems like a bad idea to have near the kitchen. Let's try this woven one from Adventure Awaits. There's a lot of pink in this corner suddenly. So maybe I should vary it. What if I put another chair? Is that too much? I feel like it would be. What's some sort of unit that I could put here? Is there maybe a skill item that I could throw in? Ooh, a guitar. I could see one of them being a musician. This one looks like an avocado. Let's just go with the simple acoustic bass game one. I think the version that I originally put out was ones your Sims can make, so I'm gonna go with the standard one instead. Oh, a single tile bar. That would be good in here. I'm just not sure that I have the space. Okay, well, I think that the living room is complete. Oh my gosh, except for the curtains, which I will add at some point. And oh my gosh, is this stunning. I feel really happy with this. So now let's make the rest of this part match its aesthetic and level of detail. For starters, I want some cabinets because I realized I completely neglected those. Ooh, I could do some burgundy ones to match the tiles. I do really like these ones from Life and Death, but maybe the yellow is better. I just don't find this shape to be the most versatile because it has all these open cabinets at the bottom with like the exact same clutter. Which I guess I can cover up, actually. I could actually really pay off. What are my other options for yellow cabinets? There's the base game ones, which do kind of match, but let's go for this. We'll put in a bit of extra work. And go surfaces, get my beloved Dream Home Decorator shelf. But actually, I'll just use this one from high school years because it does the same thing. Okay, wait. I took out the filter, so now I can use the Dream Home Decorator one. And then, what will be the next step? The next step, I think, is going to be to move all the stuff that it could snap to. Should I mix it up for the end cabinet? The little corner one would be really cute. Oh my gosh, that's the wall. I do really want to use this. The placement's just a bit weird. I never understand how this works. Okay, this would be the end piece there, which does actually give us a solid cabinet. Okay, hang on. I kind of like where I'm getting with this. If I do it like this, I don't have to change the clutter in here, but I can add more clutter up top. This is what the tops of the cabinets look like now that I've completely decorated them. I think it looks so cute. I'm really happy with like the extra bit of detail that it adds. And now we're going to focus on the rest of these counters. So we actually need one of these to be free so that your Sims can actually cook on it. And so I'm thinking that's going to be this end cabinet here. And then we'll decorate these two. I did pull out a couple of decorations. I might actually want to throw in a plant into the mix and a lamp. I am a sucker for a kitchen lamp. I'll try the for rent plant, and I'd say the for rent lamp, but I literally used it right across from this area. Maybe we could go with just this base game one here. I kind of like it with the pink. That's fun. We're going to put that in the corner here. The plant, that can go over on this side. I do have a coffee maker. This is the one from the restoration kit. I think it'll look really cute in here. I love the more retro look of it. Maybe we could go for the very, very subtle purple. Or the subtle mint. Is it yellow? Is it green? Who's to say? We'll go with the mint though, just to kind of tie that in a bit more. The lamp, I'm realizing, is a little off the counter. I'm not the biggest fan of the dark base. I'd prefer if it was maybe more in this range here, because it doesn't like pop out from the wall. But actually, that could be a good thing though. The lower contrast, so you don't necessarily look at it as much. But I want to throw in all my other kitchen clutter here. I did decide on the Lazy Susan, this little what's this, utensil holder from Base Game, and then all of these little kitchen storage things. I'll put some of these in. You can stack them and really make them look cute. I think that'd be best behind the coffee maker, just for extra height. Similarly, I do have this kitchen scale. Ooh, and I can put the utensils on top of it. Is that too much, or is it just enough? Let's see what it looks like when the coffee maker's in. All right, it could work. It just needs to be pushed back a touch. I keep accidentally, for some reason, doing Alt-Shift. Try to switch the language on my computer. I could do it like this. Is my plant small enough to snap to the top? No. But there is small ones that would, like this one. And here we could have like... Well, this one should be a bunch of pasta. And then this one should be cereal. And then this one, beans. Maybe I'll do the green ones. See what that looks like. It's pretty cute. I don't think I'm the biggest fan of the utensils on top of the scale, so I'm honestly gonna scrap that. And instead, maybe we'll put this little jar here of carrots. Or maybe I should switch the order. So the utensils go behind because they're taller and the carrots come to the front. And I also have the little mortar and pestle, so we'll put that there. And I have this little thing of eggs, which I thought was really cute. That's from the Farm to Table kit. We need one other small thing there, and I'm thinking the perfect thing, if I can find it, would be this bag of coffee beans. This is just a base game debug item. So I'm going to tuck that in there. That's really cute. This does make me want mugs over here as well, so I'm going to grab these. I could throw one over here. Maybe I'll put it on the side with the coffee. Okay, I love it. It's super cluttered, but that's exactly what I wanted. And then I'm going to leave the cereal for this table there. This can go with our sink. Then we can have the Lazy Susan. Actually, because I'm thinking if they're hosting and maybe for gameplay, you don't want to see cereal on the counter all the time or on the table all the time. So why don't we put it over on this counter with the Lazy Susan? And this way we could pick the one that has the little flakes. It feels like it needs something on this end here. Some sort of divider. I don't know if it's kind of strange like that. I'm looking for the paper towels currently. I think that'd be a good addition to the sink here. Oh, we also have this. This looks like, when I see it in my menu, it looks like it's a piece of Alpha CC, but this is from like the new Coach collection. Actually, wait, it kind of be really cute in here. I could put it on the fireplace. I know realistically that's a terrible idea, but it fits so perfectly. The cherry charm is really selling me, I gotta be honest. Maybe that could go over in here or over in here. And that's just from the free update. I can't remember if I said that or not. Not seeing the paper towels. Hopefully they will show up soon. Oh, here we are. Do a paper towel here. Or wait, let's do the paper towel. Oh, it's gonna be hard with this cabinet. More like this. And I think we could sneak this in here. And then on this side, let's put a candle. Let's do a candle and a plant, actually. Just for some extra business. I know this looks like a fire hazard, but we're gonna do it like this. All right. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Oh, I love it. I know I say this every time, and I know I say that I say this. Oh my god. Could I have made that more confusing? Probably not. But because the build is so cute, it makes me want to do gameplay. And I have seen some comments recently just on the topic of me hitting 50k subscribers, which first off, thank you, because I haven't said that in this video. I did say it in my Minecraft one, but I should really say it in the Sims one as well, because that's how I started this channel. And that's a lot of you watch the Sims videos as well. So thank you all so much for 50k. It is so fun to be able to share my builds with all of you guys and just have like community input and all of that. And so I put out that I was interested in doing some sort of special video for 50k. And I have seen some comments saying that you guys would be interested in gameplay, which I have seen before, granted, like those aren't necessarily new comments, but when I have a build this cute, maybe it's time I start doing something about the comments. It's just, I don't know how to do gameplay. First off, I rarely do it even when I'm not recording. And then adding recording, I feel like it gives me a level of, I don't want to say stress, but like self-awareness that you don't usually have when you're doing gameplay. It took me a while to get comfortable with like recording my builds for that same reason. Like I was kind of, I guess, a little bit self-conscious, just either what I was saying or if I was taking too long and all of that. Now I feel pretty chill with it because you guys are lovely and you just like to have a long video to sleep to. And so I'm wondering if I do the same sort of thing with gameplay instead of it being more of a scripted approach. So if you guys would be cool with just like casual gameplay and no real like, I'm not necessarily trying to make it like a movie because I know there is more of that style of gameplay as well. But if you guys would be cool with casual gameplay, I could do some kind of long play format of gameplay and then we could see how that goes. But yeah, I'm just unsure like style and how to approach it, which is why I've never done gameplay on this channel. And I tend to have more fun with building because it's typically a lot less glitchy, which can be kind of frustrating if you're trying to go for that more storytelling movie gameplay style. Yeah, so those are kind of my thoughts. You guys can let me know what you think, but if you want to see gameplay in this, maybe I could make that my 50K special. Though originally I was thinking, and I might still do this, instead of the gameplay, you guys could upload your Sims families to the gallery, give me a little description of what their story is, all the lore for that, and then I would build you guys houses for your Sims. So those are kind of my two options right now. If you've made it this far and you're listening to this, let me know what you think down below because I would very much appreciate the feedback because I'm an indecisive person and I'm not sure the realm I want to go. And I think it's most important to get your guys' feedback on that because you're the ones watching and I want to make a video that you guys want to watch. And that is kind of my whole spiel for now. I'm going to bring in these curtains and put them on this side actually. I think that works perfect. And so let's get some clutter for in here. I currently have this bar little decor piece from the Modern Retreat Kit. I think that's the one. I think that'd be cute to use here. Ooh, or maybe like, this is from the Farm to Table kit, but that could be cute since they host a lot. Maybe I'll put this one in the downstairs apartment. Oh, also, I did make the executive decision to bring in the balconies here, mainly because I wanted this bottom floor to get more light, which it doesn't get if I have the balcony extending all the way. So this is going to be the only one that really has decor out there. Maybe this one on the bottom, but not this middle one. So just as a little disclaimer, I guess. I still have yet to think of what their jobs are and all of that. I'm kind of just going for like an aesthetic here, but I need to actually figure out a bit more of the lore. I have a general sense, which I'll get into when we do the bedrooms. But yeah, I'm gonna have to switch into gameplay soon and figure out all the jobs we have and see how I could incorporate that into the apartment here. Okay, so I have these plates. Maybe we'll just put another plant like this one and another candle. It looks really cute. I just don't know if it's giving 2000s series right now. I need... something needs to change, but I don't know what. Like, I think it almost looks too decorative right now. I think I need more lived-in aspects. That feels like the issue. They could have been baking cookies. Oh, don't we have the cutting board from the kitchen clutter kit? this one. Maybe we can use that as sort of a centerpiece. A little bit like that. It's kind of cute. And then maybe on top of it, we just throw some random, more practical clutter. Practical in the sense that you would use it in real life. It doesn't necessarily have to be functional in game. But like maybe the headphones, that's cute. I do like that. I don't want to block your Sims too much from where they would place food. We can put the headphones there. I am going to raise them up just a bit. Oh, and by just a bit, I mean a lot apparently. So let me fix that. Okay, a bit more like that. And then, what are my other options here? Oh, I could throw down some groceries. Maybe that's over on this side here. That's cute. Oh, there is the actual grocery bag from the kitchen clutter kit. Put that with it. Oh, I'd also like the salt and pepper shakers. These ones. Adorable. I feel like we need just some other things over here. Plates, maybe? This is the grocery bag I was talking about. Oh, you know what would be cute? Why don't we actually put this in the entrance? I feel like I never do that. But that'd be a really cute idea. Like they walked through and they just plopped it on the table before they're able to get to it or something. Oh, we could put magazines here and this little money jar. And then that feels like a good mix of more practical decor, but also very cute decor. Let's go for the cooking magazine. And now let's take a look. Oh, it's perfect. It's perfect. It's everything I wanted. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. It's everything I wanted in this apartment. This is fantastic. I love when things work out how you want them to in this game. Let's get a little bit more art here, or a piece of wall decor. We could do something like this. Oh, mixed with that Polaroid painting. Well, it's a painting, but it looks like Polaroid pictures in the game. Oh, or the records. This is what I was talking about, the little Polaroid heart. Adorable. Or these black and white photos would be cute too. I think this works a little better for our aesthetic here. That mixed with the jazz cat painting is just, it's top notch, really. How cute. don't know if I'm sold on this little light here though, so I'm gonna get rid of that. And the curtains, these might be a bit heavy for out here. Like I kind of need something more like this almost, or just something a bit more sheer. I'm gonna go with the beige ones. I feel like they let in the best amount of light. And that just looks so beautiful. Okay, with that complete, why don't we move on to the bedrooms and sort of resolve those? We're gonna start on the biggest room here. And I'm thinking this is gonna be for the it girl, the cool girl, popular girl, rich girl, all of that kind of combined into one. Again, I'm going for the archetype of Rachel from Friends or Brooke from One Tree, kind of merged together. And now I do have an idea for the bed. Now hear me out. It's a little extreme, I recognize that, but the leopard print, cheetah print, it really speaks to me. I was kind of thinking of doing like an animal print theme in here, which is why I had that wallpaper earlier, but then I decided it was a bit much. And I don't necessarily want the heart headboard. Like I think it would be better kind of like this almost. The headboard's a little much, I'll be honest. But yeah, it's too thick to merge into the wall, so I'm not sure what we could use instead. I almost wonder if I did merge it in, could I maybe hide it with some sort of dresser on the other side or closet? This room is already so small that I don't necessarily want to make it smaller, but I mean, worst case, I could do that. I could even maybe bring this in so it rested more in like that, but then I'd put the wall around it. Let's take a look at that. Honestly, that could give us a fun opportunity for like shapes in this room. Okay, I will think on that, but basically I really want to use this bed because the leopard print mixed with like the zebra print rug, it all feels too good to pass up. Which does make me think, there is a rug that we have from Get Famous that is animal print. Also keep in mind all this animal print, I'm imagining it's faux, okay? But there is this rug and it has some animal print. Would it be crazy to mix and match my animal prints? We have zebra in the living room, cheetah on the bed, tiger on the floor? Or is that like a little get it together? But I wouldn't say tiger doesn't feel as like diva to me as cheetah print does, so maybe not that one. But yeah, I feel like the bed's iconic, so honestly, I'm gonna roll with it. Then in terms of spacing, maybe just trying to think of how I want it to be laid out, because I could move the door over here. I'm gonna ignore these decorations because they're easy enough to like switch to the other side. Like I could have the bed there. Or the other option is I do put the wardrobe in here. I feel like she would be a big fashion girly. I'm kind of thinking I could give her the fashion designer career. So maybe it makes sense for her to have this, though I'm just gonna put it in here to block the headboard. So now I'm kind of stuck. I did want some kind of vanity situation in this corner. I feel like that would be really fun and fitting. She needs a very good space to get ready. I think this is like the kind of sim who goes out in the town a lot, likes to get dressed up, dolled up, does lots of like for the plot things, if you will. And yeah, so I feel like they need a good vanity for that. Like I almost want a corner desk if it could be like that, but that's not really a thing in this game. I could do a single tile thing here, and that's just their little getting ready area, but it could be a vanity and also just a normal desk. let's try putting the bed back to the original position here. And maybe this whole spot could be like dresser and mirror. Let's see how that looks. We have this really big one from Jungle Adventure, or we could use the more ornate looking one from the Basement Treasures kit, which I think I'm gonna go with this one. I really love this mirror. I know it's meant from like a dingy kit, and usually I would never complain about a dingy swatch, but for this room I feel like the dust, it'd look better without it, but I'm gonna use it anyways because I think it's really pretty. I'm also gonna move the radiator. I know technically you shouldn't cover it, but it's The Sims, so I'm just gonna go with it. Oh my gosh, we do have this coach case thing also from the new free update, like when I showed you those individual bags. It's kind of good for in here. But honestly, maybe I'll just use the Love Struck one instead. I like the gold accents on that. Where could I put the dresser? I want something like tall. It needs height. I could put in a custom sort of unit from the Grange Mudroom kit. Oh, or there's this one, Businesses and Hobbies. Oh, I thought it had patterns, but it doesn't. Where's the patterned one? Oh, here it is. Like, I don't know, would that be cute or is that too much? Might also look a bit more modern than I'm going for. The mid-century one's kind of fun. I am gonna need more color though, because this is gonna get very boring really quickly if I go for this bland of a look. Should I use the Get Famous closet? I think not. That's too much. The stickers could be cute. If I do it like this a little bit. Could that work? Maybe this goes... I'm not actually quite sure where to put this. I'm a little low on space. Okay, before I keep going with that, I think we could use a rug to kind of give us a direction here. What goes with cheetah print? That is the question. Ooh, this one maybe. I do still want it to match the rest of the apartment is the thing. Okay. Hear me out, but what about this one? I actually think I kind of hate it, so how about not that one? I maybe see potential with this polka dot one. I'm not so sure. Oh, you know what? You know what? I've had an epiphany. We should use a fuzzy rug. Either the Love Struck one, Snowy Escape, City Living, either of those. Oh, in the deep purple. Okay, wait. Wait, we're getting somewhere. Yeah, that's gonna be perfect. I think the door actually could be better there. And then we'll put the bed on this side. And then we can put everything else in this corner. Maybe the dresser here. Also maybe a dresser there. And by dresser I mean more of a wardrobe. we could use this base game one. It's a touch on the modern side, but if we use this, oh, I kind of like with the orange. If we use this, I could merge in some like wall decor and stuff to make it look a bit more detailed and suit the character a bit better, or the sim, I guess. Okay, I can't seem to get the layout quite right. Maybe I just need something flatter like that. Okay, originally the door was here, right? But now I'm thinking door there, bed here. Okay, let me merge in the headboard and see if I like it better. Even if it maybe just didn't have the light. Oh my gosh, you can change the color of the light. No way. Oh, that's so funny. I didn't think you'd be able to do that. I wish I could get the same kind of purple as the rug there. So instead, we'll just go for like a warm yellow, maybe. If I put this here, is that still functional? I feel like it should be. I would think that would be okay. I really want the mirror on a diagonal. We could put the dresser over here. And then maybe a plant in between it. If this was present day, I feel like she would be a mirror selfie diva. It's a little bit what I'm thinking. This plant's probably going to fit the best in here. I have used it already, so I might have to go and switch it out in the other area, but that could work. Oh, I already have that one in that room. Maybe in this one, I could see her having the brown bag. Maybe I don't need the radiator in here. Wait, let's find some side tables and then we'll keep pondering my other furniture pieces in here because I'm not so sure about them. Oh, you know what? Using the tables from Love Struck as my side tables. That'd be really nice. I don't know if it's getting too modern in here, but I'm sure we can find ways to kind of bring it back. Ooh. Love Struck has a really good dresser, actually. Maybe instead of doing the full body mirror, oh, what if I raised it up on top of the dresser? Could it work? Could it work, and could I use that as the vanity setup? And then in this corner, maybe there's like a sofa? Hold on. I'm having visions. Like this, and then this kind of goes here. We'll make sure it's not clipping. And we'll also make sure it's centered. Something like that. And then we would take a living chair of sorts. Maybe some kind of stool. Ooh, this chair feels very 2000s, I think. I don't know. Now I'm questioning all my choices. Okay, but then imagine like a little stool here. We have the little purse up top. diva. And then we have a little stool right here with like a bunch of makeup. This corner of the room feels a little more modern than is the intention, but as long as it looks cute together, I don't think it matters too much. And then I'm picturing a bunch of makeup along the dresser, like this one. Or, oh, there's this one with the jewelry. Obviously, I would fix the placement. I'm just getting a sense. Maybe this. Oh, this one for sure. Okay, and then that would be the vanity setup. I would put it over here, but I don't want to block the windows. So that's why I'm not doing that. Oh, we could also throw on more pillows on the bed because we have a lot of decorative pillows in base game now. I will find the rest of them at some point. Oh, there's this one. And then we have one more. I just remember having a lot of trouble finding it last time I was looking for it. If I filter by base game, it should come up though. Or maybe it won't. Oh, here it is. Okay. These will be our 3 pillow options, and then we can decorate this as needed. And I feel like they would have some plushies too. Maybe the penguin. Where's the heart one? I'd imagine them to have that little love struck one. Yeah, this one. And then I will decorate the bed with that. What do we think of this so far though? I'm thinking for starters that the lighting needs to change. Oh, I feel like that helps instantly. We could also give her some like purplish lights. That actually looks really cute in here. Wait. Maybe I should do that with the lamp though. I did have this cheetah print lamp. But again, it's not my preferred version of the cheetah print. So I could put in a zebra one. Could I make that one purple? I don't like how that looks when it's purple though. Okay, we'll go with the warm white on that one. We'll see if we even keep it. The other thing is maybe there's a better mirror. Ooh, the Love Struck one. I feel like if they're a fashion designer, that they probably want to have a full length and one to sit and do your makeup at. So I'm kind of wondering if I give them 2. Oh, this one has the little, it has the Polaroids in it. Definitely doesn't take up as much space on the wall. Oh, what if this was just like a little outfit corner? I don't think that's functional there. I also don't know if this functions if you size it down. Could put it there. Yeah, we have a little mirror. I couldn't fit the chair in then, but I could use this chair as the getting ready chair. That's interesting. Maybe it's better suited in that room instead. I also feel like a plant in this corner would be really good. Let's switch it to, I think this room gets morning light. Oh, okay. It hits the bed. Oh, wow. It actually gets really pretty light in here in the morning. If I get rid of my lights, can you see it better? Oh, you definitely can. Oh, that's gorgeous. Okay, I'll bring them back. Well, as long as we know that this isn't blocking anything, we could try that. Unless we put the stool here with a plant on top of it. Or, okay, just having so many ideas. Plant and stool. Like there. Maybe with some shoes beside it. Like a little bit of heels. Switch out the colors. It's kind of fun. And then we could put some pictures. Do we have a super tall plant that would show from behind the mirror? I wouldn't think so, but maybe if we raised it up. Oh, there is this one. But it does also happen to clip with the mirror. I'm sure there's a great way to use that plant, but I have yet to discover it. It is such a big shape that I feel like it has to be in the center of the room or it just won't work. Now this tree, if it wasn't so wide, would have shown up behind the mirror, but that won't work. You know what? Why don't we just use a hanging plant and solve all of our problems? Cute. And then we can have a little wall light as well. I think curtains would also make a big difference. What if I use the yellow ones in here? I'm really loving the yellow and purple color combo. Specifically, like the banana yellow with like the more plum raspberry sort of shade. It has really been speaking to me. I could use the high school years ones again. Oh, there is the sheer ones from Parenthood. Though I kind of want a combination of like sheer curtains and heavy drapes. Like essentially like this. But I was thinking of using these in the other room, so I'm a little less sure about them here. Surely we have others that could work. There is yellow ones here. Yeah, I just need single tile things because they're not, nothing's fitting the space. Could I use the businesses and hobbies ones? Is it a little bit much? They just look very much like stage curtains to me, which I think is probably what they're meant to be. But it's not necessarily what I need for here. Ooh, wait. Maybe this is where I could use the beaded curtains. There's a yellow, but it's not quite like the banana butter yellow that I was hoping for. I could tie in some teal, maybe bring in another color from this room out here. I'm kind of thinking it's between these two. That does work really well for that corner. Go with this. My other option would be to have them a bit more like so. But it might be a bit too much. Yeah, we'll just go back to what I had like this. I might size up this mirror. It might make the photos way too big, but I kind of want it to take up the wall a bit more. Oh, never mind. I forgot you can't size up mirrors because then the actual mirror part does not go with it. So we'll just do it like this. And I'll put some art around it. I want some big pictures. I like this one here. It kind of matches the brown tones of the bed. Does this one... Wait, I feel like this one kind of has a lot of good colors for maybe in the living room. Though it does distract you from the wall. Could maybe work in here. Oh, there is those giant ones from Love Struck that are actual, these ones here, that look like paintings and not pictures per se. I feel like any of these work in here. Like this kind of has the right colors, but like would she have this on her wall? I'm not sure. Maybe instead... I don't know, what do I use instead? I'm so stuck. Isn't there a smaller version of the painting that I just took out? The 3-paneled one here? Oh, here. That could maybe be pretty above the bed. I like the tones in it. We kind of have like sunset colors happening. But again, for the art around here, I do not know. Do I maybe need to switch it around so this is in here instead of in the living room? Oh, this one matches really well. This matches well and might be a bit more dated than the other one. Okay, worst case, I can just center this and then find things to put around it. I might have to resolve this off camera, to be honest, because I feel like I'm getting nowhere. Okay, what if I had that, and then where did that picture from werewolves go? I need more variety. This or... Could this work? Am I getting somewhere? Like, what if the whole entire wall was just covered with, like a gallery wall, basically? I don't know if it suits this sim, but I think it is worth a shot. There's gonna be some just like random pictures, like the fruits, these things. Is there other ones that kind of fit the color palette? I feel like this one sort of did. Maybe not over there, but I kind of like it near the door. What if I use this picture like over here or something? I can't tell if I'm getting closer or farther to the end goal here. Oh, tarot art would also be really pretty. I like this for the purple and yellow. Or this one for maybe more of like a moodier vibe. Could size it down and put it, actually, wait. Let's get rid of the fruits because it's so random. Maybe put this one over here and the tarot art there. All right, am I getting somewhere? When am I gonna know if I fully hate it or fully like it? I think I'm leaning towards liking it, so that's a good sign. I could use this one over here as well to tie in more of the yellow. And I guess I'll keep looking. Kind of fits. Maybe I size this one down. Not sold on that one there. I do like the gold frame of the werewolves. Okay, what do we think? I honestly have no idea. I mean, I'm gonna go with it because now I've just put in a lot of work and it feels a little upsetting to delete that all now, but perhaps I'll think on it and come back to it. I also decided that that zebra print lamp was not working. What could I use instead? I don't think there's any other animal print lamps, honestly. We do have this new base game one, not animal print, but it has some nice woven textures. I think maybe there. It's kind of fun. I could see candles as well. Maybe on the vanity instead. Oh, that one has fun colors. Maybe I should use that over there instead. And plants as well. and unsure of what to do above the bed for art. I want maybe some more yellow flowers to tie in more of the little yellow details that we have, but I don't know if we have many. Let's see, white. Okay, let's filter by color. We have some little yellow roses. Those sunflowers look too fake. I don't know about the more goldenrod looking items. Flowers, plants. I mean, I don't mind the yellow roses, I just don't prefer the vase matching it. Maybe I can use the white ones in the yellow instead. Also, I am going to fix placements. Do not fear, I haven't forgotten about that. Oh, a little alarm clock would be really cute. Okay, if that one was crimson instead, and then the ceiling light could be the warm white. Do I like that? This could maybe also be crimson. No. Oh, I guess if I didn't want the light, I could just turn it off. Was the light a little bit iconic though? I think it was. Okay, that can stay warm white and this will go back to being crimson. Still don't know if this is where I wanted to end up, but again, we'll just keep going until I realize I hate it or love it. I am feeling the need for string lights. Also think some over here by the mirror would be good. If I am gonna have this many string lights, maybe I don't need the second overhead light. Or maybe I do, because now it's quite dark. Should these be crimson instead? If all of these were crimson, could the overhead light be warm white? That is my question. I think the answer would be yes. I think that looks pretty all right. Maybe we'll go back and switch things later, but I'm gonna keep going. Let's get our Dream Home Decorator shelf here. And I'm gonna try to get it to the height of the bed, and then hopefully we can slot our pillows onto it. I'm not sure what pillows have the best patterns for this, so I'll take a look. I think that one could possibly work. Do kind of just like this default one. And then of course this has more neutral swatches. Okay, this might be better suited in the other room. I'm also deciding that I don't like when these lights are crimson. So I'll delete them, I'll fix them, and then we can reevaluate. It just feels a little too drastic compared to the rest of the apartment. Honestly, maybe we just do the plushie. Or one pillow, one plushie. Oh, there's a dark purple one. Or there is a yellow one. I like the yellow. Let's do that, but I will size it down so it doesn't look too weird. Because it might clip with your Sims' heads while they sleep, but it will still be functional as far as I know. Then I need the other decorations as well. I'm thinking for this room, I'm going to pull out all the decorations and then I will adjust the placement myself. And then you can see the grand reveal at the end. Could have a couple of letters or cards. Tissues. Oh, I kind of like the little tray. That feels very much like she has everything together. I think I could squeeze the notebook in. There will be slight clipping, but I don't think it's too bad. And then I'll put the tissue box here and maybe we can sneak in a candle. What about a candlestick from Lovestruck? Okay, I'll put the tissues on the other side because it doesn't really fit here. Candle, notebook on the little tray. That's adorable. This spot I still need to decorate that, and then let's resolve the decor situation above the bed. I feel I may have exhausted my painting options for this room, so it's time to look at wall decorations somewhere. Do have this little corkboard bar. That would be cute. Oh, I guess if they're gonna be the fashion designer, don't they kind of need the board for it? I may have to go back to the drawing board and figure some of this out. Would they have a neon wall light? Because I kind of feel like yes. What if instead of this picture, there was a little neon light above the mirror? I feel like that's really fitting. There's also these bags. Could tuck those in the corner there. There is this picture bar. It's pretty cute. Maybe I just need like a different wallpaper and then I don't even need something above the bed. Do we think that's true or not true? Like, what if I did that wallpaper instead? I do feel my only issue with the wallpaper is that it doesn't feel as realistic as maybe I was going for. But honestly, it's kind of solving my problem of not having anything to put above the bed. And I do think it looks really cute. So I'm just gonna roll with it. And then where is the fashion designer board? Is it in activities probably? Oh, there is also this wall item. This was from a base game update as well. Oh, it does have a cheetah. Wait. Oh, wait. It has a cheetah print and it has a cheetah. Okay, hold on a minute. I probably could have just put that on that wall there. We could use it above the bed. The thing is, I did really like the look of the brick. I did indeed, but is that a lot of brick? Who's to say? That will be for me to resolve off camera. The last thing I want to do is take a look at some of the ceiling decorations, like any of these hanging things, and see if they speak to me. There is some paper lanterns, but they don't actually have lights in them. The colors are cute, but maybe for the other room. All right, I think it's time for me to polish off the rest of these details, but I will save that until the tour, so now we can just start on the next room. For this apartment, we're actually going to do things a little bit differently because at this point in the building process, my brain was so cooked. I had no thoughts left to give. I couldn't even figure out how I wanted to decorate this room. And so just for this little portion of the video, it's just going to be a voiceover because I really want to give you guys some good lore here. And I was trying to do it while building this bedroom. But as I said, my brain was not computing. I could not multitask. And yeah, now that I've split it up into 2 parts, like I could have given myself a bit more time, but either way, I'm just going to do a voiceover and give you guys the scoop on all of the Sims living here. So the room I am currently doing, this is going to be for an artist or an art teacher. I'm a little unsure about what it's going to be, but either way, I want it to be a bit more of an eclectic sim, I guess. Not the most eclectic, but definitely kind of quirky, for lack of a better word. And so this is going to be the first roommate in this apartment. And then for the other room, that's going to be, as I've said like 1,000 times at this point, for the kind of Rachel Geller, or wait a minute. I think, no, I meant Rachel Green. Okay, the G's confused me. I think I messed that up in the tour as well. But either way, I mean Rachel Green from Friends. And then also Brooke from One Tree, or who's like another good example? I'm sure there's someone from Pretty Little Liars, but I'm blanking right now. Either way, it's going to be for a sim that has maybe been more well off in life, like their parents were pretty wealthy and then they've maybe gained some of that wealth but then have now decided to branch out on their own and things like that. And also I wanted them to be a bit more like confident and out there, maybe romantically involved a lot, like either always has a partner or like a fling or something like that. That's kind of where to me the Brooke part comes in from One Tree. But then also really being into fashion and stuff, and so that's going to be their career. You could even have them be more of like a simfluencer, like I'm pretty sure that's the career name, but because I'm going for more of like the old time feel, I guess, like of the 2000s, the closest thing you'd be able to do would be like call them like a popular blogger or something, which could definitely still apply, but I thought maybe the fashion career might be a bit more fun. But it's completely up to you. Either way, they're big into fashion. They're like a cool girl, popular girl, all of that. And so these are the 2 roommates living here. And now what I'm thinking for the people living downstairs, basically there's going to be the 2 guys down there. And I was imagining one to be a chef who I think is not the most like bubbly person, but I'm kind of thinking a bit of like a playboy type of guy. But I'm thinking he's always had this really big crush on this sim whose room I'm making right now for like the artist. And I think it's kind of been a thing where maybe she didn't really like him at first, and then maybe he just never thought he'd had a chance or something. So like, okay, it's gonna sound like really dramatic, but anyone who he's been with or like any of his partners have just been like passing the time because he knows like at the end of the day he wants this sim to be his partner, basically. Very dramatic, very sappy, but I thought that'd be really cute. And I thought maybe Then it could be a little bit like, since they're all in a big friend group, they don't want to mess anything up with the friend group or necessarily let everyone know yet. So they're kind of like sneaking around a little bit, hence the window being accessible. And I thought it'd be fun for gameplay too, because I don't know, it's always a bit more, I personally like when there's a bit of a challenge in the game. Like when my sim has money, that's the second I become uninterested. But because I just like to do like rags to riches, and it gives you like a bit of a motivation. So I thought maybe it could be fun if you have to be strategic about when the sims can like talk to each other or, you know, things like that. And what else was I thinking for them? Oh yeah, I did put the corkboard in here because I was imagining that they've been secret pen pals for a long time. And maybe they've been writing back and forth to each other and they haven't known it's each other. Or maybe he knows it's her, but she doesn't know it's him or something. I don't know. There could be some big tea in there. But I did decide to include the corkboard for that reason. And then again, for gameplay, I mean, I don't know how you could execute it in gameplay because as longtime viewers might know, I don't really do a lot of gameplay. I really just like to build in this game and make storylines based on how I build it. So that was my sort of thinking there. But yeah, it could be fun to play out in gameplay. I'd have to test it out. But genuinely, I am considering doing gameplay in this apartment. I just love all the storylines. And the second I make the Sims, like I know I'm going to want to play with them. Because the thing is, I've already made some of them and I just love it already. I think it's so fun. And it's fun to kind of direct your own little movie, if you will. But of course, if I decide to do gameplay on this channel, I won't have it be super scripted because that's gonna stress me out, honestly. And sometimes I think it's fun when the game just decides things for you. Like if my sim suddenly gets set on fire, I don't know, I'll work it into the storyline. It's kind of like improv, if you will. Not that I've ever done improv, but it's what I imagine improv to be like. Either way, that was a storyline I was thinking for those two sims, so it could be sort of like enemies to friends to lovers situation, or just friends to lovers, however you want to go about doing that. Or you could even throw in your sim into the mix and make it really drama-filled and have them never end up with this person because they fall in love with your sim. It's up to you. I think it's fun for me to give you guys the storylines and then you take it where you want it, but this is what I was thinking for mine. And then for the other sim on this floor, like the cool girl, so to speak, not to say that this other girl isn't cool, but just that kind of like cool girl aesthetic from like 2000s. Anyways, moving on. The other sim living in the bottom apartment where the chef is, I'm still unsure about their profession. So honestly, if you guys want to chip in with ideas, I'd love to hear them. Because, yeah, I'm a little bit stuck. I'm leaning maybe towards the comedian route. Either way, I think they are, as I mentioned, that comedic relief type of character. Or I guess I haven't mentioned it yet. I forgot the whole order of how I've done things here. But, yeah, I was thinking they could be comedic relief type of character. And, again, could be the same kind of thing. He's been pining over the girl upstairs. Or maybe that one just kind of came about randomly. I think there's a lot of different routes you could go with it, but I do kind of think that they would end up together. But I thought it'd be super fun to have another sim who had just moved into that like first level apartment, the empty one. And then that kind of stirs up drama in here because maybe like the chef falls in love, or maybe doesn't even fall in love, but has like a thing with the person who just moved in, and then the artist gets jealous, and then maybe that's how they realize that they like each other. It could be that sort of thing. I think there's a lot of different ways you could go about it, or you could have maybe the cool girl and the comedian. I guess I'll just call them that. You could have both of them be in love with the person who have moved in downstairs, or who has moved in downstairs, and then that could cause drama in the friendship, in the friend group, things like that. I think there's a lot of different options that could be fun to explore. And I mean, since this is a save file and I'm creating lots of different families and I guess interconnected storylines, you can kind of alter it how you want it to be. So if you're going to move your sim in, you can have them be a part of this friend group. You can have them not be a part of this friend group. It's completely up to you. And you could use that bottom apartment as the place where your sim moves in, and then they can kind of be like the new sim in town and everyone's intrigued. Maybe they're slightly mysterious. I don't know. It all depends on the sim you want to put in there, which is why I was debating if I should fill it up or not. But I thought at the end of the day, it's probably best to give you guys 2 options in case you want to create your own sims for this save file. I personally, if I was to download a save file, it's hard for me to just pick a family that's already in there and play with them, because even though there's usually very nice descriptions, I don't have the same kind of attachment. Like, I really like to just play with my own sims and then maybe work them into the storyline of the save file, or just use the save file sims as side characters, if you will. So I wanted to give you guys the opportunity to do the same without having to like evict anyone or have a house or apartment that doesn't really match the family or the sims that you're moving into said places. So that was sort of my thinking there. I'm getting pretty close to finishing this bedroom now. I'm gonna do the polishing of all of it off of camera, and then you'll see the full grand reveal at the end. But I am really happy with how it came out, and it matches the personality type of the sim pretty well. For the sim, I was kind of thinking they're more in that, what's her name? Oh, Lily from How I Met Your Mother. That's her name, right? Because, yeah, that's sort of what I was thinking for this character. But we'll have to see when we get to create a sim how I go about that. Okay, just to be clear, I'm not making these sims, like I'm referencing these characters from these shows in terms of their personalities. But in terms of looks, like it's all going to be whatever I decide to do. Like, I'm not replicating that. And obviously there is a lot of issues with older shows in terms of representation, so I will be fixing that in my save file, rest assured. I'm just going for the decoration aesthetic and I guess the less technology, social media, all of that. So just as clarification, in case anyone was concerned, I promise there will be a nice mixture of inclusivity and representation and all of that, which is severely lacking in these old shows. But anyways, I digress. I polished the rest of this room off of camera, so you won't see the fully completed look until the tour at the very end. But I am going to pass it back to real-time me now, and we will head to the downstairs apartment and decorate those. Making our way to the second floor, this is what we're working with. You can see I have decorated some rooms because my brain was short-circuiting, and so I had to take a pause. But now I am back and ready to furnish this next apartment. So as I believe I mentioned, I'm thinking this is going to be for 2 more masculine sims, I guess. But as I know I've mentioned, if you want to change anything about that, feel free, go ahead. But we're going to start with the kitchen here. Probably the same sort of process that I did upstairs, where I just kind of find things and then I get all the big pieces in before we do the little decorations. And I have been playing around with different career types and stuff for these sims. I'm still not 100% on the direction I want to go, so I think that's going to come with the actual decorating part. In terms of cabinets, I'm liking this one from Parenthood. I could even do it in this green, but also this one from Vampires is kind of nice. Does make me think we could probably just use the base game one though. They are similar enough. But maybe we should go for color. I do have a big blue theme happening there, so why don't we go with the blue cabinet and see where it takes us. I'm not the biggest fan of having to cover the windows here. Like with the cabinets, so I wonder. What if I did this? It does work. Maybe I'll do more of like this cabinet situation like I had last time. I was toying with the idea of one of these sims being a chef, so I feel like them having a decent sized kitchen kind of makes sense. And then we could do a matching cabinet This blue cabinetry might be a bit much with the green wallpaper, so that may very well change. That could definitely work. Maybe the dining table goes here instead. I was originally going to put it in this hallway, but now I wonder. If I didn't do it in the hallway though, I'm not sure what I would put there. Ooh, this is like a high top table. Oh, no, it's not. I thought it was, but it's not. But either way, it comes in like a matching blue swatch. Even though I want their apartment to have a similar vibe to the upstairs apartment where it's all kind of furniture pieced together over the years, but just as a sense here. Okay, I do actually think the dining table is going to be too big for that spot, and maybe same for over here as well. We'll probably have to go for a single tile one, and so if that's the case, and mess around with these counters. I'm trying to think of what I could put here if I didn't want to block it, but I'm coming up short. Okay, quickly, I just want to get the layout of the living room sorted. This is just going to be placeholder furniture, but I want to see. Maybe it has to be 2 love seats. Could go like this maybe, and then could have the TV somewhere. Oh, or maybe a bit more like this. And if we get a console table here, again, placeholder, the TV could go there. Feels like a wasted opportunity of the fact that you wouldn't be looking out this big window though. Maybe the fireplace won't work. I wanted them to have it, but it's kind of weird in the space. My original thought is I put it over here by the kitchen, but that seems a little weird, doesn't it? Guess we'll just scrap it because, yeah, we're low on space. And maybe I can do the TV like this. It's a little awkward, isn't it? Also, for the bathrooms in the hallways, I will give you guys a tour at the end if you're not. Okay, what about this for layout? I think it's pretty good. Obviously, the furniture there is not staying. This is a really, really big kitchen. But if one of them is going to be a chef, I think it makes sense. Now, I was thinking of going for more of a blue and red color scheme. Like, actually, there's a specific rug I was thinking of that just instantly gave me, like, 2010s era, which is this one. And since I was going for, like, How I Met Your Mother, this one's kind of similar to it. So I'm feeling something like that. And then similarly, there is a couch I wanted to use. Not the most, like, dated couch I've seen. Oh, and it actually might be too big. But I liked the swatches on it. It's this couch here from high school years, but it has a lot of variations. I was thinking the red would match. And I like the throw pillow with the blanket. Ooh, even the dark blue's nice. This one, though, is making me think there's a rug from Discovery University. This one here. And I feel like that pairs really well. So maybe we should lean more into, like, the blue and orange. I am feeling like the wallpaper has to change. We'll try it like that. Maybe in one of the rooms they can have the green. Something like that. But yeah, the thing is, if I'm using a 3-seater couch, I can't put the 2-seater against this wall. Oh, but I could do it like this. It wouldn't be centered, and that may very well bug me. So, oops, maybe instead we could do a big comfy chair or a beanbag. Could definitely see them having a beanbag. I was thinking that or this one from Basement Treasures. Or perhaps both? Something like that. I don't mind this color scheme here. Okay, this table has got to change for now. I cannot stare at the poinsettias. Just let me get an idea here. I like the beanbag for the pattern, but it's a little small for this space, I'm thinking. Should I perhaps change course and go with the green cabinets? I'm kind of preferring the brown countertop. I don't want it to feel like festive in here though. But that definitely feels a bit more dated to me. I was also thinking I wanted to use this bookshelf from Discovery University. And this light as well. This is from Strangerville, but this just like screams 2000 sitcom decor. Sitcom or like drama series. I could try the blue color, though I do kind of like the beat up version. Maybe it even goes in the kitchen. Ooh, or over on this wall perhaps. It's a little big. Maybe I could size it down. And then I was also thinking, this is another thing that's just like giving boy apartment in a 2000s drama show, is like this siren light. This is from Get Famous. I'm not sure about the placement. And then all of this stuff is kitchen clutter or other clutter I wanted to add, so we'll ignore that for now. Actually, just put it off in that room. And this is just my decorating shelf. Okay. Ooh, could I fit the TV in one of these? I could probably block the binder there, though it doesn't look like the best thing to have in the, what am I trying to say? In front of the window. There we go. So I almost wonder if we went for more of an end table thing. Put the TV on that. Had the bookshelf there. Like this. Could throw in the other chair here. I feel like they're gonna need a bigger TV though, so this bookshelf is probably best used as some hallway decor. Down there. Ooh, alternatively, I could just use a darker blue. The bright blue is kind of fun. Now I don't know. Do you not know? Like, I do want their apartment to still feel colorful. And this does all work together for the most part, I would say. It's just one side's very warm, one side's very cold. I almost wonder if we could merge the two somehow. I could keep the blue tile and do more of this beige counter situation. It doesn't feel quite as fun as the blue cabinets, if I'm honest. Ooh, I like that if I do brown cabinets up here because it matches the countertops. It adds a bit of variety because there's a lot of kitchen action. I'm going to switch out my end pieces as well for even more variety. That's pretty good, I'd say. That feels like a nice blend here. Maybe the beanbag can go in someone's room. I'm just trying to think of what color that shelf should be. I could even use it as some sort of divider here between the kitchen and the living room. It's kind of fun, but I guess we'll keep the cabinets. Okay, let me just figure out spacing with a dining table here. Oh, I think I want to use this one. Again, adventure awaits. Did I use this one downstairs? I'm having like deja vu about having used this recently. I'll try the blue one here. It looks very dingy, but I think that's kind of what I want. And then we can find some chairs for it as well. I don't know what style of chair that I want to go with. Like, Adventure Awaits does have some good ones with like worn wood swatches and all that. The blue could work kind of nice. I don't know if it's a bit too rustic or if they're too big or something like that. Maybe these ones instead, the leather ones. There's also these leather ones from Businesses and Hobbies, and this swatch in particular has a nice like cracked leather look, but I'm not sure I prefer the black trim on it. Okay, what if I introduced some more color and did the orange cushion? I'm gonna look at my entranceway here. It's pretty brown and green, and this is pretty blue. So really I could go any direction here. Maybe the style of the chair is a bit more important. This also seems like the sort of scenario where they would have a bunch of different chairs around the one table just based on what they could find. But I don't know if that's going to feel too similar to upstairs. These are from Parenthood. And I do like how they match the table. So we're gonna go with this for now. Also, this should be functional. I did test it out. Like, your Sims can squeeze past here. Unsure if this hallway feels a little empty down towards a specific end, but that would help tie everything in a bit better. Though I feel we're encroaching on like too much matchy-matchy, but maybe we can branch it out when we start adding these smaller details. So let me actually go back to the kitchen, because maybe we could do a fridge of a different color or something and see what that looks like. I don't even know the best place to put the fridge. Like, I guess it would be here, potentially. The orange does speak to me a bit. What else do we have? Blue. Yellow. The yellow's pretty nice. Oh, or I could give them the same fridge as upstairs, just with different little sticky notes on it. That's pretty fun. I do like that fridge a lot. Blue fridge. Red fridge. Okay, I think of all the fridge colors I've looked at, I would say that orange and yellow have been the ones I'm most interested in. So let's try the orange. I'm going to switch out the cabinet because it doesn't fit very well. We will put stove here. Don't really think I should put the sink right where this couch is, because it would probably splash a lot, but it could be fun to be able to look at the TV. For stoves, again, I could go more colorful. Maybe the yellow is better, actually. It kind of matches the seats over there and also a bit of the cream, so maybe I will go with that. The other option is I put the sink on this side, but then I'm worried this is going to feel really empty. I could possibly make it an island and then we could put some seats there. Oh, actually, I have a better idea. We are going to find a bar to put in here, because I feel like one of these apartments needs to have one. What am I looking for? Dining room, bars. I'm not going to find one that fully matches the counters that I'm using here. Actually, let me put that back. But we'll just have to find one that works with the aesthetic I'm going for. So maybe not that one. This one would blend in if I decided to use these cabinets, but I don't really want it. So I guess not that one either. I do quite like the Desert Luxe one. I feel like that, like the wood texture on that is really pretty. Alternatively, this little island piece doesn't have to match the rest of this. Honestly, it might work better for the aesthetic, so. Oh, we do have the Adventure Awaits one, which feels kind kind of too good to pass up. It's super dingy, but I think it's, I don't know. This is matching the vision that I'm having. So I could do it like that. I don't know the best way to polish the end off. I'd say maybe the fireplace, but let's see. I would have to move the couch, of course, but like, is it kind of cute if I did the back to the two-seaters? I don't know, maybe it's a little bit odd, so we'll scratch that. I really want to make this bar work. I just need something for here. Or maybe the couch is the issue. I stick with my two-seaters like this and just have it centered there. And we could put a table in this corner, or about the, no, the big bookshelf won't work there. I really want to make this work. There's no sort of cabinet or countertop that I see blending perfectly though, because I am going with the blue swatch. Maybe if I picked a different swatch, like we could do a darker wood, but even still that doesn't really blend. Okay, well, if I didn't use that bar, what I was originally thinking is maybe, where'd that basegame one go? Oh, actually, what about this basegame one? Say I put it in orange or something, and then maybe we make everything else match. Like that. It does actually look kind of good. What if I did the same orange cabinets? I think the color of my appliances would change, but I actually think I really like it. Shoot. Something about the brown countertops is just, I don't know, it's really matching what I'm picturing in my head. I think the appliances should be blue if I do it this way, or some sort of contrasting color. I don't know if I should make the cabinets match this or if they should be their own sort of thing. I might also organize it a bit more like this. And the orange ones do blend in really well, actually. It's a little bit iconic. It's not quite as pieced together as I pictured for, I guess, like the kitchen or just the whole like floor. Could do a blue cabinet to have it blend in with the walls. Having something more mismatched like this speaks to me, but it might also be ugly. But it feels like one of those things I won't know until I like step away from it and come back. I am more pleased with this layout though, so we'll roll with it. If this is the color scheme, I do feel some things over here need to change. That could just go back to being blue. And yeah, I'm not sure this rug will work anymore. Ooh, I like the more vibrant swatch. I don't have much red, but I could fix that. Ooh, the red and black countertops. That's a bit, I guess, edgy for this place, I think. Let's try to find sofas that will really bring in some other colors so it's not so orange and blue and matchy-matchy. I'm thinking a yellow or a green will work in this space. Green looks pretty good. This is a very modern sofa, but I really like the color scheme on here. Now I'm wondering again if I switch things back and maybe go for a warmer tone. I think I'm going to resolve this off camera and then I'll come back. I have returned. I think I've resolved it. I'm fairly certain this is how I'm going to keep it, but I'm now going for more of this orange, green, blue color scheme. I think this is closer to what I was envisioning. I went with this sofa from Basement Treasures. The rug is Basegame, Parenthood, Jungle Adventure, Basement Treasures. I think you've seen the rest. And yeah, so this is sort of the color scheme we're going to work with, and hopefully we're going to keep it and stick to it. And yes, I have changed the layout again because I don't know what is happening, but this apartment is not coming as easily as I had hoped. But now I think we're starting to get somewhere. I do feel the need for plants in this corner here. Or if we move the little bookshelf thing, we can maybe put a plant on the other side. Also, why not put this in a more fun color now that we have the color scheme picked, though that is a very bright orange. We could try the blue. Also, this couch, it could still change. This one's actually pretty fun. That looks cool too. I think the deciding, or something I've decided on rather, is that I want orange and blue plus one other color, whether that's green, red, both. Who's to say right now? Could alternatively do this one. I just want something that has like a mix of colors on it. But I also just love this one from Basement Treasures. So let's just stick with it and we'll see where we get. Because I don't even have half the other decorations in, and I'm trying to make sure everything looks good together before that's actually even possible. I'm going to put this little light, I guess, over here. We can make some sort of gallery wall situation. This console table was placeholder, so let's look for something else. Oh, maybe here I could use the blue adventure weights furniture. Though it might be a bit much with the rug. Ooh, perhaps something more industrial. Let's try that color. I think I will give them a bigger TV. Maybe not that big though. Okay. Should it be lighter? I think lighter might help, actually. Do we think we could fit in a coffee table, or is that going to be pushing it? Okay, definitely not that one. Oh, a small one would definitely fit. Okay, what if I use the basement treasures one? It's dingy, but I kind of love it. Oh, in the red too? Okay, wait, we're getting somewhere. We are, in fact, getting somewhere. I think the more colors, the better. That was kind of my issue with where we last left off, is I didn't have enough variety. I really like to mix a lot of colors in my interiors to make them feel more lived in. Because if it's just like two colors and everything's so matchy-matchy, it feels very staged. And I'm going for realistic lived in. This is a funky lamp and one that screams 2000s drama show to me. So we will go with that. This one would also be quite fun. It needs to go somewhere. Oh, maybe over here actually. I just think it's a little much over there. I could even change the color. Could be fun. And then what I did want to do, wherever the cabinet is, there is this retro gaming system from Adventure Weights that I am going to put here. Because like I said, I'm trying to keep the technology more consistent with early 2000s, late 2000s. Obviously, it's not going to be a perfect match, but okay, they're definitely going to need a stereo. I could see them like hosting things here a lot. So maybe they even have like a really big sound system. I almost wonder if one of them should be a musician. It wasn't in my original plan, but I do feel a little bit like it could work. I want to put that there and then put some books and stuff on top of it. And then I need something in this corner. I feel like it should be something a bit nonsensical, like something they just randomly found at a store and decided they needed it in their apartment. Oh, you know what I want to have? Let's pivot for a second. I want to have a lot of neon light signs in here. I feel like they would just have various ones from places they found. I did use this one upstairs, so we won't use that one again. But like, oh, maybe a gallery wall of them by the bar here. There's this one. I think I used this one at the front already, yeah. Okay, so we won't use that one. And I also don't necessarily want that one. But I do like these ones. I'm gonna put this one over here. And then the rest could be on this side. I could size it up really large. here. I don't think you can change the color on this one. Oh, you can change the color it glows though. That's cool. Didn't know that. That one blends in pretty well over there, so I almost want to switch the two. Because the kitchen is really orange. I don't think we need orange neon lights as well. So we'll tuck it off to that side. And then I need one small thing in the middle here. Oh, there's this sign as well. Can I size this one up? I might put the telephone in the kitchen, this wall-mounted one. It doesn't actually function, but I think it's cute for the vibe here. I don't know what to put in this little spot. Oh, maybe some kind of pennant. Alright, this is starting to come together. I'm feeling quite happy with this. Let's take a look at maybe wall art or even posters that we could put up here. I quite like the music ones, like this one's really fun. Maybe we could stack it with some other ones. Maybe I'll stack some of the werewolves ones. I don't know if I want to overlap them or not. I feel we could probably get away with something like this. A bit more of a gallery wall situation. I think that's quite cute. And then for the center, what should I put? I feel like they'd probably have some sort of weird statue collectible thing. Same with the freezer bunnies, perhaps. I can really picture them just having all sorts of odd trinkets. A stack of books. Oh, they would probably have the clown painting. That absolutely is something they would have. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I'm wondering if this sign should be over here instead of this one. Yeah, I'll just delete it. Okay. I actually have from way back when, one of my first videos, I made a home for the, oh, this one is stamped by Trashly because it's the one for Mrs. and Hobbies. I should find the basegame one. But basically, I built a home for the artist that made the iconic clown painting. And so I did like a whole speed build and made lore and stuff. And it is going to be in like one of my save files, not this one specifically, because I built that in Windenburg. But every time I see the clown painting, I just think of the family I made for it. Because something really fun about the paintings in this game is if you go through sometimes and read the descriptions, there will be like names of who painted it and whatnot. So this one says Angelo, so I decided to make like a whole family based on that sim who painted this. And it was pretty fun. So sometimes when I'm stuck for inspiration, I like to do that. Over here, I think I want to put some like signed posters. I might do these two and size them up. All right. I was doing decor for this coffee table though, and then I got distracted. Oh, I did want to put a lava lamp in here, so why not take one of those? Maybe this is better suited on the coffee table. And then I do want the TV remote as well, which is just in debug. I think there's some other debug objects I could probably throw in here, like this pen, maybe. Oh, there should be debug controllers. Maybe if I filter by adventure awaits. Okay, nothing in debug. What about live edit? Interesting. Well, there is these ones, so we could use those instead. They don't really strike me as the type of people to keep candles lit, so I don't think I'll put any of those. They could have this really small table lamp. I do like that. And a little plant. Just this one. I'll put one remote there and then one remote here. And then I'm also gonna throw in a mug. Oh, maybe I could do a hat as well. And then one dirty mug. Cute. I like that very much. Might throw in a mug over here as well. I want it to be a little messy. All right, I think that looks very cute. Again, I'm just unsure about this corner in terms of decorations. It's pretty narrow. I could do another plant. Maybe just this one. Which actually, you know what? That looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. All right. Let's sort out this dining room because I do not know what chairs I want to use. I'm fairly confident this is the table of choice. Could do something like that. It's very similar to the concept I did upstairs, but it's all different items, so maybe that's okay. I don't think the green chairs, because we already have the green couch, which takes up a decent chunk of space. I could kind of see them having these fold-up chairs. Maybe one is particularly dingy or something. Or could do the white ones at like varying stages of dinge. I don't know. Don't know. Oh, why not use these ones from Eco Lifestyle? Much better. That feels a lot cooler to me. Kind of want to do it in the yellow. I think that's cute. Yeah, I like that. I can probably squeeze a rug underneath it if I do some small circular one. I honestly like this orange and gray one. It's a little weird, but I think in a way that works for this. Oh my gosh, that is not the scale I want, I will have you know. Okay, much better. All right. The other option is I go with red. Or maybe like this. That might be better to tie in the coffee table. I'm not sure if I like this bookshelf here. It feels slightly out of place. And I did say I wanted to decorate on top of this here. I found this duck earlier that I wanted to use. So we're gonna do that, and then I want to find the books as well. We could do that stack, and then also some of these ones. Oh, we should also probably get the CD stack. And we could raise it up on top of these books here. Very nice, very cluttered. Okay, I very much like that. I'm gonna throw some more CDs over on this side. And then I can definitely decorate the top of that. Just wondering if this needs to be more in the center of the hallway so that it doesn't feel so strange. Kind of directly in line with the bathroom door, which isn't ideal. And then I'm running into the bookshelf here. The bookshelf might be better suited in someone's bedroom instead. So we can try that. And then I do want to remember about the blender. I think that covers all of the items I was planning to use. For the kitchen, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I can maybe squeeze in another kitchen appliance. Potentially a microwave or a coffee maker. We have a blender there, and I have the coffee maker upstairs, so do that. The pressure cooker. I could give them a kettle. Give them a... Oh, you know what I'm missing? A sink. Oh my gosh. It might be fun to have the sink beside the bar, but as I said, it might be a bit splashy for the whoever's sitting on the couch. Okay, this means I could have one other appliance if I really wanted. I'm gonna go with the microwave, I believe. And we'll put the blender on this side. Okay, cute. I will clutter up the bar, but I can't clutter up this spot here. Need my shelf back. Yeah, we don't have as much space for clutter as we did in the other kitchen. I want their kitchen to be quite messy. I put the pot rack over here and then move the phone to this wall. Now, I did say I was picturing a chef living here, so maybe this little can of tomatoes and stuff, like they're in the middle of prepping something. That'd be quite cute. I'm just trying to go through and pull out any sort of decoration, and then we'll narrow it down afterwards. That tends to be my my routine when it comes to decorating, I guess. I kind of just want stuff everywhere. Throw some board games in this corner. Alright, that's probably more than enough decorations. Probably more than I can even fit with the space I have. Utensils would need to be beside the sink in theory. We're gonna have to block one of these jars with the microwave. Oh, or maybe the whole thing. Okay, I'm low on space, but I think that can work. I also had the knife block here. I'll rest that against the sink. Which does make me think I want soap. Soap and the paper towels on this part here. And then instead of having food in the middle of being prepped, we'll just go with a bunch of food decor, like food storage decor. Where did that even come from? I don't need that. I like the dish rack. I just want to rotate it so you can see a bit more of it. And we also have all of these containers. Like maybe one of them is real big into meal prepping. I'm trying to decide if one of them's like an athlete or a comedian. those are sort of the two I'm stuck between. Or I was also thinking engineer or some sort of mechanic. This is the person that's not the chef. Yeah, I'm just a bit undecided. This veggie bowl doesn't actually want to snap to anything. I kind of like the cereal here with the milk. Then we have the little bar kit as well. One could even be a mixologist instead. Maybe they're a bit of both, mixologist and chef. Instead of this pots and pan rack, I want to use the base game one. Or actually, that one's pretty cute, but I don't have the space for it. The base game one is somewhere in here. This one. Could put it there, but I was thinking above the stove. It's a little big, so I'm honestly just going to size it down. That's perfect. Alright, this base came out really cute. It was quite the journey to get here, but I'm very happy with it. So let's go ahead. I'll finish this part off myself, but let's go ahead and start the first bedroom. I want to start in this room, which I'm envisioning to be for the chef, because the chef and the... I'm pretty sure I will have explained this already, but the chef and the girly upstairs, Miss Art Teacher or just artist or just teacher, undecided, they're gonna be in love eventually, is my thinking. Because I want it to be like they were pen pals, anonymous pen pals for a while, because that's like a thing you have, and I put a corkboard up in her room. And so I thought it'd be really cute if they were anonymous pen pals and like didn't know it was each other. And then one day they find out and then suddenly they're in love. I thought that'd be really cute. So this is gonna be for the chef's bedroom. Trying to decide how I feel about this bed. It is cute, like I like it, don't get me wrong, but is it screaming chef? The green bed could be iconic. I've never used this bed ever, but something about it is feeling quite appropriate for this build. Try it with a blue rug. Do I like the green wallpaper? I don't know. Ooh, the dark blue rug is really pretty. I'm also trying to leave this space empty, like the window, so that it's functional, because I'm thinking they probably don't want the rest of the friends in the group to know at first, because maybe they don't want to be teased or something. I don't know. But I thought it'd be cute if they were having secret meetings through the window. my options here are to throw in a dresser on this wall or try to squeeze in a desk of some sort. I have to think of what feels most fitting for the sim that I'm making. Let's try a desk. Ooh, it is going to be pretty narrow. I'm not sure there's even a different layout I can go for. That could kind of work. Feels a bit like wasted space down on the end there. Okay, I think just for the space that we do have, let's put a dresser instead. I could even, if I do want to have a computer somewhere, I could just throw it out on the dining table. I keep reaching for things and then I realized I have used them already in this build. So then I have to delete them. But I haven't used this wardrobe, even though I've pulled it out quite a few times. Let's do that in a mirror. And I can put some wall poster decor items on the wardrobe. And it can look like little decorations or something, or like it's meant to be there. I like this one with the sticky notes. I feel like I use this one a lot. Just debating if I would prefer a full body mirror. Oh, maybe. I would think it should still be functional, but if we delete this wall and use the 9 key, we can make it look like the mirror is on the actual dresser. I don't know which side they access it from, so hopefully it's still functional. But if it isn't, just delete the mirror and I think that will solve your problems. Okay, maybe I should have done it with a mirror that can actually be orange, because we do have one, don't we? That one's red. Bingo. Okay, take 2. I'm gonna get rid of that. Raise this up. I think I might have found a way to actually like using this dresser. And then, well, I put the wall back. I really shouldn't have, so let's just do this. So now I can show you what I was talking about with the posters. So I'm really having to commit to this spot now because I've just decided to add a whole bunch of things. I could put a little calendar. Parenthood has some sticky notes hidden in debug. They don't have any items. This is what they look like. And I like to put these on fridges or, in this case, like mirrors, closets. It just adds so much personalization, I find, that really looks good in a build. Just trying to decide my next poster. I'm gonna do the orange one to kind of match. green one as well. Whoa. And one more small thing for up in that corner. I think if I size this down small enough, it kind of looks like a picture. Oh, and it just disappeared. I think I put it too far in the wardrobe. And I did it again. Now we can draw the wall back. And look at how cute the dresser is now. Okay, so there's a little build hack for you guys. I love how that came out. That looks so cute. Now, since I have the full body mirror there, why don't we put some funky lamp over here? Do have that one. Could incorporate some more red. I think I only have the space for one side table, if even that. Depends on which side table I pick. There's a mirrored one. Oh, this one from Snowy Escape is very narrow, so I could use that. And we can throw on a lamp. Oh, nothing snaps to it. I want another lava lamp though. Oh, that's a bit closer to what I'm going for. I wanted more of like a red, because I feel like we're short on the red department here. This just looks a little bit more purple. All right, that's probably the best we're gonna get. I need a little plant as well. The one from the Grange Mudroom will be perfect. This one. Honestly, I could go a little bigger. What about just that base game square one? Maybe I will use both of them. And then I could put in a water bottle. And some magazines. That looks pretty cute. There's a lot of these like movie posters that I could put in. These are framed ones from Get Famous, but the art on them is very cool. Is there a chef sort of one? We do have Bob pancakes. I feel like it might be weird to have him hanging above your bed, given that he is a townie. Not in the world of Newcrest, but either way, this picture suits the room really well. Both in like color scheme and just seems like the kind of picture they would have. So we're gonna go with that. And then there's really not much else I can put in here because it's actually a very small room. I could throw in another plant though. Do one like that. I need more clutter for in the bookshelves here. I want something a bit more like sculpture-y looking rather than just more books. some like random trinkets. Put like a Mycene doll. One of those. Oh, I like the alien one. And the axolotl. Okay, somewhere along the way, I deleted my dream home decorator wall. Or shelf, not wall. I think fairy lights, twinkly lights. Oh, let's get a curtain because that's going to add some extra depth here. I could see this curtain working from cottage living or the cats and dogs one, but the height's too big, so I need a bigger one that I can size down. Hopefully lower. It's being a touch glitchy, so maybe not that one then. I polished off this room here, added more decorations. I'll give you a full tour at the end. But now let's do the last and final room, which is gonna be for... Actually, I'm still kind of undecided whether it's a comedian, a musician, engineer. Either way, I think it's a very like bubbly, sort of comedic relief type of character. Whereas this one I was thinking is a bit more like reserved, sort of. Maybe a little less extroverted than the room I'm gonna build for. And I was thinking that the sim in this room is going to be in love with the sim that I made, like the Brooke archetype. But neither of them know it yet. And I think that's probably like a way down the line sort of thing. And then for the third apartment, I can't remember if I've said this or not already, but I'm imagining that to be for like basically an empty apartment for your sims to just move into. But either way, I think your sim would then kind of be involved in the storyline, because I think the sim in this room is going to have a crush on the sim downstairs, but so is the sim in this room, and then it can be like love triangle drama sort of situation. And also, it has been a long time since I've worked on this save file last, so I'm a little vague on what kind of storylines I came up with, even though I have been trying to keep a doc open of all of them. Or, well, not open, but I have an ongoing doc of the lore and stuff. But even still, I feel like I may be copying an idea I've already done, in which case, A, you guys can remind me if you happen to know, and B, yeah, I'll try to go back through and watch my stuff to make sure I'm not repeating anything, but sometimes it just happens, because I feel like it's easy to fall into using like the same sort of tropes and stuff. I'm gonna try a layout like this for the bed, or no, that doesn't give me space. Yeah, I'll try something like this. Again, I don't know if I can fit a desk in here. Can I fit any sort of like hobby or skill item? Oh, someone could be a tattoo artist. Wait, I haven't even done that yet. Oh, now I'm rethinking everything. Like, should there be a chef and a tattoo artist? And the chef could be comedic relief. Oh, Now I don't know. Now I do not know. Okay, I'll just give you options until I can decide. So I'll just put in a couple of like music instruments. I mean, even if they were tattoo artists, I don't think they'd have a whole tattoo bench in their place. But if they're a musician, a keyboard in the room would be really cute. They definitely need some kind of lighting situation in here. What's a cool light that's not a lava lamp that I could use? Like I'm short on cool looking lamps. There's this one. This feels pretty classic. Oh, why don't I use the camper light that's with the little canteen? I don't think I've used this yet. I'm sure it's meant to be more of like a kid's decoration, but I think it's cute in here. I'll put a little tree in there. Actually, let's do something a bit smaller. I also need a rug. Maybe I should try a different bed so I could use this rug here. Something with a bit more green, maybe? Well, I like the red bed, but I will change the rug because that's not going to work. I did just use that one, so I can't do it again. Honestly, this one's pretty fun. Again, I'd have to change the bed. Like, I was wondering about using a green bed, but since this one's green, I don't know. Oh, I also just deleted my rug. Could go back to this one. I don't want the rooms to look too similar. Right now they're kind of looking identical. Rotate some things around to fix that. Oh, I literally just did the same thing. Okay, let's try it like this. It does leave this corner unusable. Maybe they don't even need an end table. No, they probably do. Can your sim like shuffle in if it's back there? We're gonna hope the answer is yes. And if it's not, I'll playtest it and reorganize some things. I don't think this is the bed that I want to use. I guess I probably shouldn't use a rug that I've already used. Ooh, this one's funky. And then maybe I could bring back that red bed I used from Horse Ranch. This one. Red, blue. Black. Light blue. Don't think any of those. I don't know why none of the beds are really speaking to me this time around. This doesn't usually feel like a issue I encounter much. I'm gonna go with this brown bed, and then we'll put a dresser on the other side here. I'm gonna go with this tall base game one in the corner. Unless it leaves the space feeling too open. We probably need more chances for clutter, so I should go for something a bit shorter. Maybe we'll use the matching one to the console stand that I used out in the main room. A touch more industrial, which is kind of fun. I almost feel like the room needs more brick, like a darker colored wallpaper even. I used green in the other room. I don't have many other options with this one, but I could switch to a base game one. If it was all brown. I definitely like the darker wallpaper. It feels moodier. But I can sort that out afterwards. I'm gonna put a mirror up here. I feel like we're lacking on maybe the big mirror options. They all just go to weird heights, but I can lower them. I'll try this one lowered. And then what about a big plant in this corner? The base game palm tree. And we can clutter everything up. I almost feel like these rooms should have been inverted. Like this feels a little closer to the type of sim I was imagining for this room. But we can try this. I'm gonna go ahead and clutter this up off camera, and then we will move on to the tour because we will be done the entire apartment. Here is the completed apartment in all of its glory. I am so happy with this build. I don't know what it is about apartments, like custom apartments like this, but it genuinely has to be my favorite thing to build in this game. It's just so fun that you can include so many different aesthetics on the inside, and something about just the, I guess, the simplicity almost, and trying to make it as realistic as possible. It's just so satisfying to me. And this front bit, all the little details, makes me really happy. So we will go ahead and start on the pool actually, because you guys haven't really seen much of that. Over here we have the parking lot for the apartments and also the pool. But this is the exterior here. We've got the open sign, we have the pool sign, and then we'll take a step inside. It's pretty narrow in here, it's just one tile walkway. But this is the little entrance part here. So we have the little service desk, we've got the old technology here, which I think really adds to the feel of it. And these wall sconces, something about them is just so perfect. The doors I'm using are from Adventure Weights, by the way, and they came in the perfect blue swatch. Over here we have change room number 1. We've got the showers, a little sink. We have a stall with a lot of graffiti on it. And you'll also notice that it happens to have the tag that, if you've seen my previous videos, I'm gonna try to like dot that around and have it be some kind of unknown sim that you have to figure out who it is, basically. Or like that's what the teenagers are trying to do. A little bit of like a what's it called? A Pretty Little Liar sort of thing, where they're trying to figure out who A is. This is like they're trying to figure out who that person is. And then I went with this really dingy diving board from Adventure Weights, same with that slide. And this is kind of the whole pool area. Very simple, but that's what I wanted for this because it felt the most realistic to me. And then now we can make our way on into the inside. So this is the front of the apartment. The way you enter, which I think is so cute because, again, it's very much giving Central Perk from Friends. You have the little foosball table. You have a nice little sitting area here, which I think is adorable. And I really love all the light in here. And then we have a little study space as well. Super cute. And then both boba and coffee. So quite a multifaceted joint here. And then we have the little gym as well. I really love the motivational posters there. A very cute gym. I would definitely work out there. And then we'll make our way back here into our laundry room, which again, I can totally see a meet cute happening here. Very nice. And I like that you can see the pool outside of it too. And then we have the stairway, which takes us up to the first level, which is actually quite fun because in here, also these doors I'm using are from Discover University. And here, I've actually left it emptied and a little worn around the edges because I was thinking this would be absolutely perfect for you to move your own Sims into. And then that way, if you didn't want to live in the house, you could live in an apartment, and then you have a couple more options for your play styles. It is a 2-bedroom, so it could be like parent-kid, roommates, or a single sim, and this is like their office. And also the light in here is just spectacular, honestly. It's so pretty. And yeah, so all of this is like furnished for you guys. And then you can go ahead and put in your own details, which I thought was super fun. I might do a version where it is filled in for my save. I'm undecided about that for the storyline. But coming up here, we have the very first decorated apartment, which is for, I'm picturing 2 like masculine Sims living here. But again, feel free to change whatever you want about the storyline, but this is their entranceway. And then it's very open concept, but it's so cute. Oh, I will delete that. Seems I left my shelf there. We've got their little dining table here with their signed posters. I love how this whole area came out. Their living room situation is so iconic to me. Like, you can't tell me it doesn't look like something that would be in, you know, a sitcom series or a drama series already. And the kitchen's really nice as well. In the bathroom, we have a very simple setup here. We have the Parenthood shower, and then we have the Get Famous sink and a couple of decorations here. I quite like it in here as well. I think that's really cute. And then we'll go into our first bedroom, which I'm imagining to be for the chef. I am so proud of this little dresser situation here. I think that came out so well. Very customizable. They got their little shelf. And then we have their window, which of course they will meet up with the girl from upstairs. For like their secret romance, I guess, tea. And then in here, this is the finished result for, I was picturing the more comedic relief sim. Honestly, I do think I should kind of switch these around because this is more what I was picturing for this chef kind of sim. But either way, I think this room is so perfect. In fact, I will take a screenshot. Okay, making our way out of this apartment up into the last apartment and arguably my favorite apartment. Here we have the camera's being very sensitive. We have the apartment for what I'm imagining to be more feminine sims. I'm thinking it's a couple of girly pops living here. And so this is their entranceway. This is their bathroom, which I think came out really cute. I'm trying to like get the camera to not be so sensitive, but it's not happening. I put this little mirror here and I was thinking these could be pictures of the sims that live here. Thought that'd be really adorable. It's from Lovestruck, by the way. And then all the clutter, and I love the color scheme in here. I think it's so perfect. Making our way out into their living space. I love it so much. I would live in this apartment. I think I just designed an apartment for myself, to be honest. The kitchen is so cute and cozy. There's so many little knickknacks and just lived in bits and pieces. And the dining table will be perfect for hosting. They've got their little Polaroids, their iconic jazz cat picture. And the living room is so full of color and life. I just love it. Just trying to give you the good angles. And they even have their little CD player and everything. The color scheme is just chef's kiss to me. Starting on this room here for the Rachel Geller Brooke type of character. As I mentioned, I really love the gallery wall. They also have a photo here, but I'm thinking maybe that's of like their crush or their partner or something. I'm not sure yet. But I think this came out so nice and cute. And very cool girl, which is exactly what I was going for. And then making our way into the artist's room here. This one, again, I just love it all. I'm running out of adjectives here. But we have the little desk set up, which I thought was adorable. And I put some more like crafty things. Maybe they were preparing for like a lesson or something. And these paintings, in case you're wondering, are actually ones your Sims can make in game. I took all the still life ones and I just got them off of the gallery. So in case you're wondering. And then we have the little dresser set up here. And then over here, just the side table and the little tapestry. Now, they are supposed to have corkboard. I will put that, oh, it's over on this side. There we go, because that's going to tie back to the guy downstairs. And so that is the whole entire apartment. All right, everyone, that is going to be it for today's long play. Thank you all for your patience with this part 2. It just was a lot of ground to cover. I really hope you enjoyed seeing the final result, and I'm very excited because I do think I will have a Create-a-Sim video for this apartment and all the townies living here up on my channel. So of course, if you want to make sure not to miss that, then give this video a like and subscribe so you don't miss it. And hopefully I will see you all in the next one.